Hey, what up guys, this is Danny B, you're watching The Trash Stash, and in this video I'm going to be showing off my Abel Ferrara collection. So about a month ago or something like that, I did a top 10 of my Abel Ferrara movies. Since then I've seen a lot of his newer stuff and then picked up a lot of his stuff that I didn't have and stuff, so here we go, here's the collection. Alright, so I'm trying to get every one of his movies because I'm kind of thinking this guy might be my favorite director. It's either him or Scorsese or Carpenter. But I'm kind of leaning on him just because I like his filmography so much. So anyways, first up is Miss 45. This is the Draft House Blu-ray. I switched the art around because I like the original art better. But yeah, this one's actually out of print and it's going for a decent amount of money. So I'm glad I picked this up when it was like 12 bucks. Miss 45. Great movie. Probably my favorite from him. Alright, next up is this DVD 2-pack with Reservoir Dogs and Bad Lieutenant. Reservoir Dogs, you know, Tarantino. This is Ferrara right here, Bad Lieutenant. Probably my second favorite movie from him with Harvey Keitel. This is the NC-17 version. Make sure you see the NC-17 instead of the R if you decide to watch this for the first time. And then also, I got the VHS of it, the NC-17 VHS. Now, I picked this up because I was hoping it would have the original soundtrack on it. So in the very first pressing of this, it had a Schoolie D song on there, where basically he sampled Led Zeppelin and just kind of said some stuff over it. He had to cut that out of the movie because of copyright issues with Led Zeppelin. So now it's just no music in those scenes. I was hoping they would have it on this VHS, but unfortunately not. So it's the same as this DVD right here. But it's still good to have it on VHS, so I'm not complaining. Alright, next up is 444, Last Day on Earth. This is one of his newer ones with Willem Dafoe. About a bunch of people, what they do on their very last day before the world ends. Pretty good movie, I liked it. It's nothing too crazy, it's just like a lot of people saying goodbye to each other and doing what they would do, like creating art and stuff like that. Yeah, I actually like this one quite a bit. 444, Last Day on Earth. Alright, next up is Driller Killer. One of my favorites from him. About a guy that starts drilling homeless people when he goes kind of crazy. And for a long time I was like, why is he just drilling homeless people? And I have my theories on why he's doing it. I think it has something to do with his father being homeless, which is kind of implied in the movie. But I won't get into all that. It's just, this is a good movie. Driller Killer. Alright, next up is RXmas. This is a pretty good one with Ice-T, Lilo Brancato from Bronx Tale, and then Drea D'Amato from Sopranos. Christmas drug dealer movie. He gets kidnapped by Ice-T, and then she has to pay the ransom. Pretty good movie. It's a little bit slow, but it's pretty good. Alright, next up is The Funeral. This has an all-star cast with who's in this? Benicio del Toro, Christopher Walken, Vincent Gallo, Chris Penn, Paul Hipp, Isabella Rossellini, Annabella Sciorra. I don't know. I always have trouble with their name. Sciorra. I think that's it. Sciorra. Annabella Sciorra. Chris Penn. This one, honestly, I wasn't so crazy about this one. I don't know. Maybe I got to give it a rewatch. I didn't like it that much, but it's probably worth seeing. Alright, next up, Welcome to New York. About a real-life French politician who got kind of busted for sexual harassment and stuff. It's kind of like a Weinstein type of case. The movie is just him going to jail and how he kind of like gets away with it and shit. Decent movie, not his best work, but I liked it. And unfortunately, I guess the IFC version, which this is, kind of like switches a few things around or something because of probably like legal matters or some shit. But the Region 2 director's cut is what you want to get. I'll pick that up sometime if I ever come across it cheap or something, but it was okay. Welcome to New York. Next up is Mary, This Is My Blood. It's honestly, most places call it Mary. The German release calls it Mary, This Is My Blood, and I like that title better. This is actually a bootleg. I had to bootleg this thing because they don't sell it in Region 1 for whatever reason. So yeah, I got the bootleg of it. Pretty good movie with what's his name? Ghost Dog, Forrest Whitaker. I don't know. It's kind of a religious movie, but it takes place in modern time. It's not like an old, like Temptation of Christ or anything like that. Next up is Dangerous Game. Harvey Keitel, Madonna, and James Russo. And James Russo steals the show in this, I think. Kind of a movie about like the director and kind of the script is starting to reflect reality a little bit, and you don't know how far it's really going. Decent movie, not his best work or anything, but worth checking out and worth picking up, I'd say. Next up is China Girl. This one I've had since before I even really knew who Abel Ferrara was. Pretty cool movie about a gang turf war, and then it's kind of like Romeo and Juliet, where he's on the Italian gang and she's in the Chinese gang, and they're fighting each other and they can't be together. Pretty decent movie, pretty entertaining too. China Girl. Next up is The Addiction, vampire heroin addict movie. This one's really good. Check this out if you've come across it. Very philosophical, and I think one of his only movies that has a narration, like kind of like how Scorsese always puts the narrations in. A lot of people say this is his best one. I'd say it's in my top 5, top 6 or something. Yeah, The Addiction. All right, next up is The Blackout. This one was a little bit slow, but I actually really liked it. About a drug addict actor who kind of like blacks out, and you don't know the level of bad shit that he actually did when he was blacked out. Kind of a mystery, like it says mystery on the sticker. Yeah, this one's pretty good. Definitely check this out if you come across it. Next up is New Rose Hotel. This is one of his most popular ones. It's a late 90s kind of like cyberpunk movie, but really what it is just this girl is kind of like playing this guy and this guy against each other. Pretty good movie. There's, a little bit of cyberpunk stuff in there, but it's mostly just like a drama, like a romance drama kind of thing. Very moody, very good cinematography in this. Yeah, definitely check this out. King of New York, classic gangster movie, kind of like in like a hip hop gangster movie, like kind of in the style of Scarface more than like a Goodfellas or anything like that. Awesome movie. You got what's his name? You got Fishburne firing guns off at people and stuff. Christopher Walken at his best. Awesome movie. King of New York. And I have a couple editions of this. What happened was the transfer on this one was really bad, so I picked it up on this special edition, which is a much better transfer and has like commentary and stuff. Then I also got it on VHS because it came with my Bad Lieutenant VHS. It was like a 2-pack deal kind of thing. So, all right, next up is Fear City. This is a good one, kind of a mafia slasher movie where it's like these two mob guys have a stripper agency, and then there's a slasher going around slashing them. And Billy D. Williams is the cop. And what I didn't realize, I was watching a documentary about his movies. Someone was saying this is a metaphor for his movies, like this is Abel Ferrara, this is the screenwriter as a metaphor, and then the slasher is the guy that like the censors, like they're pimping their movies out all over town, and then the censors are chopping them up with scissors and stuff. Yeah, and I don't know who Billy D. Williams would be in that case. Maybe the film critic, I don't know. But yeah, Fear City, great one, and I got it on VHS too. I like the font on the VHS a lot better than like the font they went with right there. Alright, next up is Cat Chaser. I watched half of this. I haven't watched the whole thing yet. Decent movie with Peter Wellers, RoboCop. And kind of a cool movie where he's like a Vietnam vet and he gets himself caught up in like a mystery thing. It's written by the guy that wrote like Jackie Brown and stuff. I think his name is Elmore Leonard or something like, yeah, Elmore Leonard, yeah. So if you like Jackie Brown, check this one out. Same writer. All right, and then last up is a movie that he didn't direct. He just produced it, but it looks really cool with It's about an Italian guy that kind of gets into a beef with a white supremacist, and then he's got his black homies, fighting with them. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know if it's good or not, but it looked kind of cool, and I picked it up. I'm gonna get his movies that he produced too. He produced a couple like exploitation movies like this. I'm trying to get every single one of his films, and there's still a lot I gotta get. I forgot to mention, this has one of his documentaries on the special features. It has Mulberry Street, a cool like Little Italy documentary where it's got all these mobsters in it and stuff on the documentary. Pretty cool. But yeah, I gotta get Pasolini and Tommaso and his new one, Siberia, and a couple of his older ones that I don't got yet. But yeah. Alright guys, this is Danny B. You're watching The Trash Stash. Let me know what you think of these movies. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.